Hi guys, welcome to this episode of How to Train Your Goshawk, or Training Your Goshawk, or Training Goku The Goshawk. Thank you so much for hitting that play button. I hope you really enjoy the next couple of episodes that are coming up, however many parts it takes me to film this. It's been weighed this morning. It is currently £1.10. So we're going to go out. He's heavy, but we're going to go out and see how he reacts to me and stuff like that, and the lure, and just see where we're at this sort of weight. I've just done a whole video, and for some reason my phone has just stopped and deleted it all, which was about 5 minutes. So I've already done this bit, so I'm trying to remember bits that I spoke about. So first of all, let's go over the lure. So this is the lure. It's already prepped and ready this morning with a chick, and if you can see how I've attached some wings that I was lucky enough to find. Some young pigeons sadly met its maker, or some animal had taken care of him, so I didn't want his wings to go to waste, so here they are. So anyway, they're attached on there as you've just seen on the video, and what I like to do is just before we start training, I take the wings and I just rotate a tiny bit. So just one of the feathers is, and it's nicely wide and spread. Before we head out, we took them in. Like I say guys, I'm trying to remember what we just went over because I'm a bit annoyed that my phone's just done that. What else to go over this morning? Right, so I've just knocked up some water with a couple of drops of apple cider vinegar, organic apple cider vinegar. I'm just going to spray him on the way to the field. It's really good, in my opinion, for his feathers and his condition and lots of other things. So we're going to quickly do that. I need to have a quick drink first before we set off. So now it is around about 10, 11. You will notice that we are not going to land or field or farms area, anything like that, because I train all of my birds in built up areas to start off with, because I think if you can get a good response from a bird when there is people about, buildings, noises and stuff like that, then you will get a response when you need it, sort of thing, the majority of the time. So that's what we're trying to do. He's box trained, but he's not hood trained, and I do intend to hood train him. So I'm just waiting for my hood, and then we're going to start doing that, and we'll show you how he gets on with that as well. Else now, I've got all my bits and bobs, like I say, spray bottle, my recording gear, I've got his food prepped and ready, also the stick. So we'll take the stick with us so he gets used to seeing the stick. Obviously if we can get this in somewhere, then we will, but the ground's really hard. We've had like 3 or 4 days of really good weather, so we might have to try and find another place for this to be, or to climb, or something else. But that is about it. If I've missed anything, I will talk about it on the way there, but without any further delay, let's crack on and get him out and get him sorted. So double check I've got everything what I need. So I've got my crayons, and if you've noticed guys, top tip, I've got my crayons in my pocket, but I've actually sent the line through the whole of the bag. Okay, so then when the pocket is buttoned up and whatnot, it's attached to me, sort of thing. So in your pocket and then out the hole, and then just tuck it back in. Alright, so like I say, without further ado, let's get out there and see how he gets on in this first episode and first part of Training Goku The Goshawk. Wish me luck guys. So guys, we are out, and this is a great opportunity to show you how he was acting. So we're going to get him in the shade, try and relax him. So we're going to bring him over here, out the way of all the noises. So as you can see, he doesn't want to stand at all. So what I've done is now, because he's super stressed and all we've done is walk a couple yards from the door. Okay, so it's a hot day, he's been sprayed with water. Alright, this is purely because of being out with the sights and sounds and everything. So he more or less was falling off my glove then, okay? And now as you can see, he stood up. He's a lot more settled, so we're going to give him a bit longer. But if I was to put him on the glove at the moment, he's just going to literally flop, roll straight off, okay? So what we are going to do is just try and settle him a bit. So just 1 second. Just show you him now guys. He's decided to completely lay down, so we're going to take this opportunity, because obviously he's super stressed, right? It's nothing through my fault or anything like that. It's through the fault of him not having anything done up until this point, okay? It's a long time for him to just sit in the garden. And not only that, with goshawks, stress is a big thing for them, okay? So you've got to be careful. So if this happens as soon as you leave the door, you've got to stop straight away where you are or head back to your house and start again. It's got to be slowly but surely. Okay, so I'm just gonna see if we can get him to relax a bit more. So yeah guys, before people start walking past and thinking that the bird's dying or anything like that, I'm gonna head back. He's probably not going to go on my glove on the way home, so it's going to be a difficult time. So what will happen is he'll either lay on my glove or he won't, and I'll have to carry him with my hand on his back, supporting his back. So until we get to the garden, then no doubt as soon as we're in the garden, I give it a bit of time, he will settle again. So it's probably me pushing it too much too soon. It could have even been the grass cutters as I came out of the house. It could have been them that set it off. So, but he is okay, believe me, he is okay. So I just thought I'd quickly show you guys before we start heading home how his head is more relaxed now. So he's up, he's like looking at people walking around. Slowly but surely, mate, we'll get you there. It's going to be fantastic to see him go from this to actually hunting. So to go from this to but before I head off, I'm actually going to give him a bit longer, so we're just going to relax in it. You see now, more alert, more reaction going off to things. There we go, look. See, as before he wouldn't even follow, so we've still got another 15-20 minutes. But remember guys, something I always say, patience. You cannot be a falcon without patience. This is just part and parcel of it. You've got to understand these birds are not domesticated in any single way. They're only driven by food. You've got to also understand the look at thing, you know, the image finger, you get what I mean, is a hell of a lot faster than ours. So the reactions and all that sort of stuff is through the roof. So not only being thrown into this environment with new things he hasn't seen, he's also got all of these things that his brain's got to try and take in all at once. So kind of like an information overload, if that makes sense. If you was being pumped full of information, it'd just be like, oh, it'd be too overwhelming. You just have to lie down like, oh my god, like Jesus, just 1 minute. It's a bit similar, kind of. So anyway, as you can see, his breathing is a lot different now. It's still going, but it's not as. So yeah, and guys, you've got to be so careful, like really don't push this process, because you can give the bird a heart attack. So the pure shock. All right, so you really got to, like, now he's looking around at Mr. Mobility. So it's just a good period for him. This whole time he's realizing that I'm not a threat to him. And it's right the way down now. I'm not surprised if he stands up soon. Here we go guys, he's up. So yeah, as you can see, he's stood up now. That's where we want him. Blood circulating again, everything in. So no doubt when he goes on my glove now, he'll do the same though, and I'll struggle to get him home. But it is what it is. We'll relax him in the garden, and then we'll build it up bit by bit as and when we need to. That's better. That's better. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Yes. Guys, as I was telling you about his beak as well, do not worry about his beak. It should not be in this condition. This is what your falcon's beak should not look like. Now you see how he's alert now. Now he's close to the point of probably wanting to try and move. And as you can see, my bare leg is exposed. So I'm going to take my leg away, put my glove on, which I'm sat on, and then we're going to see how it gets on. And as you can see, guys, we're heading back now, and he's a lot more relaxed. So we've had to take things back to the garden, guys, build up his confidence. So normally wouldn't let him fly back to the perch like that, but because of what's happened this morning, I'm going to let him do what he's doing. But I don't recommend you wear short sleeve top when handling a goshawk, guys. Of training Goku the Goshawk, and as you can see this morning, we have got off to slightly a better start. So we're out the door. We're about to where we was yesterday when all the council guys were cutting the grass and he shut down. As you can see, he's a bit more alert today. So we're gonna try and fly him in the same place that we flew Splinter. So guys, today is £1.11. So he's still heavy, but I know he's hungry, so it's just basically bonding time today, bit of manning time. Obviously with everything that happened yesterday, and yesterday was a great video, guys, to show you new falconers what can go on, and for you not to panic and just stay calm, and if you just take the advice of what I gave, I think you'll pretty much be all right, hopefully. So everything is just baby steps. You don't want to rush anything. Heavy, but he's hungry. He's gonna have a lot of distractions, so we'll see how he gets on.